Hello guys, what's up? This is Ezekiel with another King of Thieves video, and today in this video we'll be starting a brand new series. Yeah! So, this has been requested by a few people who wanted me to actually talk about some base layouts, like what are the best layouts, or what are some of the most impossible layouts that I should be using for my base. So I thought about it for a while, and I was just like, yeah, I think now is a good time to actually start this. So we have a base here today for this first video, and if you guys actually want to participate in this, you actually can. So basically the way that this series is going to work is that I'm going to be taking your screenshots of any bases that you find, and I'll show them in these videos, talk about them, what I think about them first, how I would beat them if this was the first time that I've encountered a base like this, and maybe if you guys want to even copy the base yourself, if you have the same layout, then there's that as well. So we're going to be starting off with a base made by, I think his name is Cylence, so he actually made this. He didn't actually take a screenshot of it, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And if you want to actually participate in these videos, I forgot to mention, I will provide a link to the forum thread, and it basically tells you all the instructions on how to join, so feel free to check that out for yourselves as well. But anyways, this is the base design that Cylence has made. So at first glance, it looks pretty, simple. You have the good old spawn jump cannon right there on just above the door on the right side. You have a red guard on the far left side that's going to move all the way to the right side, but strangely enough you have a seeker bird that is, yes indeed, inside the wall right there. So I think the first time that I saw this, I didn't actually realize it until I remembered what this particular base setup was like. So it is just a regular spawn trap with a bit of some extra, red guard on the left side as well as a fly. But this particular base actually uses what I like to call the shifting or the stationary seeker bird. So basically what happens in this particular setup is that once you start to play in motion, and you actually survive long enough, the red guard is supposedly supposed to push the seeker bird away from the wall, and then because the seeker bird was stuck in the wall to begin with, it's actually going to be a stationary trap, but it's going to actually move to a designated area, depending on where the red guard is going to push it. So in this case, the red guard starts on the left side, and it's going to push the seeker bird towards the right side. Now, I'm not actually sure how far the seeker bird would be pushed to. I'm assuming that it's going to be pushed to the very edge of the map right there, so where you see the yellow dot from the red guard, I would assume that's where the seeker bird would go. So I'm thinking that this is one of those, I think I've actually determined what base this is probably, I'm sorry, I'm wording this all wrong. I'm having the, stuttering right now, don't really know why. But this is one of those particular bases where it's really, really quick. If you don't do this on the first try, then you never will. Unless the cannon goes away, then it's a lot. Actually, no, even if the cannon went away, this base would still be very difficult. Because imagine this. Imagine the seeker bird's actually just like a saw. And if you put the saw at the very end of where the yellow dot is, then yes, the space is it's practically impossible to complete. So the way that I would do this, well, let's take a step back first. If I first saw the space, I probably would not know how to beat it right away. So obviously the cannon's right there, so I assume that it's a spawn jump. But the problem is that you see that the red guard is really close by. It's actually not that far away, so it takes about maybe a second or less than a second to actually perform the spawn jump correctly to land on the corner right there. And I think what you have to do is that you have to land on the corner and quickly do a jump right before the red guard's coming towards your way. There's also the possibility that you might miss the corner and that you're just gonna run into the red guard either way. So I'm assuming that with this particular base, you first have to do the spawn jump, land on the corner ever so slightly, do a jump very quickly, maybe do a second jump upon landing, just depends on how the red guard is moving towards you. And then you either jump to land on to do like a wall slide, or you just fall down, or you just do a dive jump. There's a lot of different things that I'm not really sure about. I do know that you have to be very quick though, because the moment that the red guard pushes the seeker bird all the way to the right side, then I think you've pretty much lost, because then you're stuck on the bottom right corner, and there's literally no way for you to actually make the jump anymore. So I think for this base, it's more like a race. So if you don't make it to the right side before the secret bird gets there, then yeah, you're pretty much going to lose no matter what. So yeah, this is probably one of the more cooler bases that I've ever seen. So I know it uses a spawn trap, and it's nothing too special right there. It's just the combination of the red guard and the secret bird used in such a way. Like, this is probably the first time I've actually seen a legit base use something like this. Like, you know, for most bases, you either hear about the TST, the triple spawn jump, or sorry, the triple spawn trap, which I have not touched on in a video yet, just because it's really difficult to talk about. And, you know, it's not like a super jump video or anything like that. This is actually one of the more unique functions that does exist in the game. So it's not just with the red guard. You can actually also use, I believe, the spinner will also move the secret bird. It's probably not going to be as effective, though, because since it's moving in a circular motion, the secret bird's probably going to be moved just a little bit in a specific direction, not really sure which one. The red guard, however, is a definite, like, it's going to definitely move the secret bird to a specific location depending on its distance and speed and all that stuff. Now, according to Cylence right here, there's actually a little description on how to beat this base, which is why I haven't talked about that. I've actually talked about it as if I'm just interpreting this base. So somewhere along his description, he says that if you use the Gang of Potions potion against this sort of base right here, it's actually going to have a negative effect on the secret bird or something like that, where it's actually going to push it away. Not really sure how he worded it, but basically he said that if you use the Gang of Potions for this layout, it's actually going to be easier for you to bypass the secret bird. So there's that. So just want to keep that in mind. I think it's because since it's a stationary trap, if you have multiple thieves, like, you know, trying to pass through the secret bird, since there's like maybe 7 or 8, I'm not really sure the exact number of thieves that the potion gives out, but some of the thieves are going to push the secret bird a little bit, where other thieves are going to be able to just pass through the secret bird easily. That's why I would assume that's how the Gang of Thieves potion would work. So there is that weakness to this base, but overall I think that this base is still super great, like really cool. I really wish that I could try this base out for myself, but obviously the best I can do is just stare at a picture and describe it to you guys as I'm doing that. So, you know, kind of sucks, but at the same time, I really don't mind. It's, you know, it's doable. But anyways, I think that's going to be it for this video, guys, the very first video for this series. So if you guys have any screenshots of any bases that you would like me to talk about or show in a video and give you a shout out to as well, then feel free to check out the link in the description below and check out the thread, follow the instructions, and you should be good to go. So again, a shout out to Cylence for being the first dude to participate in this. It's really awesome. Really good base, by the way, if you made it. I would assume that you did, though, because it looks like this is the, you know, the base maker kind of thing. So yeah, I would assume it's yours. And let's see, for a like challenge, let's try to go for 120 plus likes. How about that? Seems pretty fair to me. And there's really nothing else I want to mention as well. So maybe just as a few updates, I wanted to talk to the French crowd for a moment. Donc, pour ceux qui peuvent parler en français, probablement vous pouvez me comprendre, mais pour les prochaines vidéos que je vais le faire dans le futur, je vais essayer de parler un peu de français dans la fin de chaque vidéo, juste parce que les gens qui peuvent seulement comprendre l'anglais n'aiment pas quand je parle en français dans le début de vidéo ou dans certaines parties de la vidéo. Donc, juste pour vous qui peuvent comprendre le français, je vais essayer de parler en français plus dans la fin de la vidéo. Sorry about that. So it's a little bit difficult for me to actually master the French right there. So if you guys were wondering what I just said, that was only for the French audience. So, you know, it's not for the English audience, because I was like talking about something right there. But other updates is that I'm going to try, like, I mentioned this a while back ago, that I was going to start making videos for my Nintendo GameCube, like screen recording it and stuff like that. But I'm actually just waiting on, you know, like a specific camera that I ordered. It should be coming sometime this week or next week, not really sure. It's taking a really long time. But as soon as that happens, I think I'll be able to start putting out some videos for my GameCube. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And maybe I'll make it in French. I don't know. I haven't decided on it yet. But anyways, that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching, and je vais vous voir dans la prochaine vidéo.